Hi everyone, my name is Shane, and here at eTrailer, we install, test fit, and review different products to hopefully make your process much easier. Today I have a 2009 Jeep Wrangler Unlimited. I'm going to walk through how to install the Bestop HighRock 4x4 Tailgate rack with universal tray. A lot of times now, people that own Jeeps, they like to jack them up, they use them for off-roading, and they want to put matching spare tires on the back, which takes up a lot of room. If we wanted to put a cargo carrier on the bottom with that oversized tire, cargo carrier is not going to stick out far enough to where we can add that extra cargo. Adding this tray or this here basically is making up for what we can't put on the hitch. This is giving us that extra space to bring that extra stuff that we otherwise couldn't fit. Our tray is going to be a nice durable plastic construction. We don't have to worry about rust or corrosion. It's going to have large holes in the bottom, so when we have our cargo in here and it rains, we don't have to worry about the water pulling up in the bottom. We're going to have tie downs, so once we have a cargo in, we have something to hook onto. And we're going to have a 75-pound weight capacity, so just keep that in mind when you're loading some of those heavier items on it. And then the overall length that we're adding onto the back of our vehicle, from the edge of our top to the very outside edge here, we're adding on 28 inches. So just keep that in mind if we're backing into anywhere, maybe your garage or something like that. To start your installation, you want to remove your spare tire. And we're going to take a 1/2-inch socket. We're going to remove the 4 bolts on each side, holding our spare tire holder in place. Once you get them loose, you're going to need one of your brackets. They're going to look like this. You want this down at the bottom. You want this open side here towards the very back. So this part here is going to be facing towards the top. And it looks like we're going to have to remove this as well. And this will just pop off. We're going to slide this back here. And we're just going to reinstall our hardware. Once you get all your hardware back in place, you can come back and tighten it all down. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to assemble our uprights. One end's going to have 2 holes, the other end's going to have 3. We're going to be using the side with the 2 holes. You're going to have a bracket like this. You notice one side's got 3 holes, one side has 2. We want the side with 2. We're going to install it just like this. We're going to take one of our hex bolts, the black ones. We're going to go through this bracket and then through the hole in the upright. We'll put a lock nut on. Do the same thing with our second hole. And then once we get one side installed, we'll come back with 7/16 socket and wrench, and we'll tighten those into place. You're going to repeat that same process for the other one. Then you're going to have bars that look like this. This flat side here is going to be down. It's going to go right over top of the weld nuts, or the nuts that are installed inside the carrier. We're going to take a small hex bolt, we're going to put on the star washer, and we're going to thread it into place. For the other end, we're going to use a longer bolt, same star washer. We're going to go through the hole and into the same pre-installed nut. I'm going to push this all the way towards this side, and then we'll tighten them down with a 7/16 wrench or socket. Next, we're going to install our uprights. You're going to need 2 of your hex bolts that look like this with a lock washer. We're going to have 3 holes, as I mentioned earlier, and then on these brackets, we're actually going to have 5 holes. Since we have a light, we're going to use our very top hole in this, and our top hole here, and then our third hole down. Now, if we didn't have a light and we had a larger tire, we can actually raise this up another hole. As long as we have 2 bolts on each side, that'll give us room for an oversized tire. Repeat the same thing on the other side, and we'll come back and tighten them down. Then we'll take our rack, we're going to set into place. And we have a couple different options here because we got 4 holes. We can got a little bit of adjustability there. And then we'll take a hex bolt, go all the way through, and then we'll put a nylon lock nut on the inside, and we'll have 2 for each side. And we'll come back with our 7/16 socket and wrench and tighten them into place. Now you're going to have 4 plastic caps, and they're for the ends of your bars here. I would suggest putting those on before you mount the 2 pieces together. We're not putting them on because we're just test fitting this right now. So after you get all this done, you can go ahead and reinstall your spare tire. Once you have your spare tire installed, you're ready to go. It's going to do it for a look at in installation on the Bestop HighRock 4x4 Tailgate Rack Bracket Kit and Universal Tray on a 2009 Jeep Wrangler Unlimited.